All right, welcome back, everyone. And again, thanks. And this is the second time I'll thank all the new and old subscribers for pushing us past the 500 mark as we journey towards 1,000. And you know, the 1,000, it's not like I want ads necessarily to run on these videos, but I think YouTube is doing it anyway. And you could let me know if you see ads on these videos. And the only thing is when you reach the threshold and if you're accepted as a partner, the main advantage is the algorithms get helped and it might push the content more. So that's the only advantage of getting to that point. And if they're going to throw ads anyway, then I don't think that it would matter all that much. And again, it's the exposure that counts if you want this hobby to grow. And like I always say, we deserve a little more exposure than the frickin' 20 million twerkers on YouTube Shorts or TikTok or whatever the hell they do. But let's see when we get there. But in the meantime, thank you again. And I am happy to bring you an extremely rare toy with an extremely rare box. And if you happen to be a lurker, by the way, as I say this, hit that subscribe button because you'll be part of the cool kids and you'll be like the OGs. The OGs are the 1,000. You have like levels of OG: the first 10, the first 100, the first 5, the first 1,000, and the OGs are always the most appreciated. Anyway, so this is the Tetsujin Saucer, Tetsujin Under the Dome, which I've wanted for a long time, and I was able to get this because another collector got a little mintier example, so I got the sloppy seconds, but it's still a very nice example, and I'm pleased to have it at all. Just something you don't find. And this toy is massive in scale. I was actually surprised because I'm going to link to my other Tetsujin Saucer video, and you'll see how small this is. But look at this thing. This thing is a big boy. And, you have a lot of stuff going on here. Let's move this back. The thing I find the most fascinating is that in my other Tetsujin Saucer, the saucer is the primary focus of the box art. In this one, you barely see the saucer. It's really puzzling to me. And then, of course, you have your Nomura logo there. Look at the Tetsujin, though. What a great depiction of him flying through space. But what really was cool is this saucer is a toy. I mean, I've seen this toy, and it's not... I'm going to assume it was a KO saucer, as they tend to be. But maybe it wasn't, or maybe it was based on the KO saucer, this right here. But that's a cool touch, man, that they actually would have put a toy. And I'm going to have to go back and find this style saucer and see if it was a Nomura or a KO. But either way, it looks more like a toy than a saucer that was on the show. And then this saucer is also a smaller rendition. But, it's a Japanese market toy. And like I said, this box is massive, so it's hard to even get it all in frame. And look at the panel there, your side panel. And again, this reminds me of a toy. I mean, even the way they have those antennas protruding. Although this intake there, I'm not sure that that's something I've seen before. And then, of course, you got the characters on the side here. Jimmy Sparks with his controller. You can see he's controlling the Tetsujin. So that's your cool box. Man, this thing is so big. I got to work overtime to just move this around. So what about the saucer? What makes this guy so cool? Well, a lot of things. First of all, the lithography is absolutely beautiful on this. It's a light blue color. It has the shading work that reminds me of the Robot 5, although they didn't do rivet details, which would have been cool. And then you have almost like an entire half of a Tetsujin in there with a metal nose, which is good. They should have used those metal nose on the robot versions that always have the plastic nose that bends. And then you have your original ball-tipped antennas. You can see Tetsujins flying over there on the side. And just the Tetsujins always have such cool lithography. You have your sticker, which is also a very nice touch. And Tetsujin on both sides. Underneath it's red, but you do have your rivet details under here. And you still have some shading. It goes from blue to purple. And you have two marks here, which I find interesting. By the way, here's underneath. And this is just a friction drive. So you have a mark here, which I'm not 100% sure what that is, if that's a maker mark or not. But then you also have your Nomura logo here, which is really cool. And on the underside, you do have the rivet detailing. So maybe they use the industrial adhesives on the front panels, like the space shuttle or something, and then they went with the rivets underneath. Now, the toy also has, and I hope I can get this in, I may have to move the camera, but you know what, I'm going to move the camera for this. I just want to show you how freaking cool the dash is. So let's get this off of here, and I'm going to zoom in. Is that freaking cool or what? It's like he's got a radar screen. Look at the rocket there. That is one of the friggin' nicest rockets I've seen on the screen. That's actually one of the nicest lithograph screens that I've seen. And since I have it off, I just want to give you a sense of how, I mean, this would be like a pretty big robot if they completed his entire body. I would imagine this came off of robots anyway. So he's got his shoulders, and then the hands, as you see there on the controls, are the lithograph part. But man, oh man, is that one big freaking robot under a dome. And remember, this is one of those rare robots in a flying saucer. So let me get this camera set back again. See if I can pan out a little bit. So as a friction toy, what's good is that I don't have to chase it around. I'll just show you. Basically, you have your, in this case, it's front wheel drive, more economical. And so you would just, it actually has pretty good momentum. Good friction motor, very good friction motor. One of the better ones, actually. It has that sort of siren almost sound. And you guys can just sit here and watch me play my Tetsujin Saucer. And if you want to hear the sound a little closer, we'll put the... It doesn't resonate as good as... There we go. Doesn't that have like a cool siren sound? All right, so let's park this puppy. And we'll finish off the Tetsujin Saucer. So you know what? I'm always curious. What do you think of this saucer? I mean, you know what? I like robots under the dome. I think that's one of the absolute coolest design features when you have a robot. Now, I do have the other Tetsujin, the smaller one that I'm going to link. That one doesn't have the dome, but it's also a big Tetsujin under that. I just think the overall package of this, the massive size, the really nice lithography. But I have to say, the smaller one, I like the box a little better. I think that might even be a little bit rarer, but I don't know. They're equally tough to find. So I'd be curious to know. Tell me what you think out of the two. And again, I'll link it at the end. Which one you prefer better? And do you like robots like this in a flying saucer? And I don't mean just Tetsujins. I mean all, like the Aocean saucer and some of the other flying saucers that have a robot. I think they're probably a combination. Flying saucer robot is, I'd have to say for me personally, it's like the number one combination of a vehicle and a robot use. More so even than a rocket. It's just because it's so cool. But that's my opinion. And again, let me know what you think. And as always, thanks for joining me. Thanks for, again, all the new and old subscribers. Thanks for pushing us past 500 and moving forward. And don't forget to leave a remark if you're so inclined. And I appreciate your time as always. And with that, I will talk to you later.